My short speech will reason on the case for investing on Italian innovators, and I will briefly clarify the concept of Italian innovators and discuss 5 reasons why we believe that spending time today and investing in them makes a lot of sense. It is worth specifying what we consider an Italian innovator in the field of early stage. With a slightly rough cut, I think we can identify 3 clusters. The first one is made by Italian companies with products and services designed for the Italian market. The second one is made by Italian companies focused on building for both the national and the international market. The third by Italian entrepreneurs, which are building successful initiatives both in Italy and abroad. All 3 innovators are worth to investigate, support and invest into, given that the different ecosystems and macros in which they operate have profound impact on their potential and attractiveness for professional investors. As you all know, macroeconomics in Italy, but I would say in a large part of continental Europe, do not suggest a structural increase of employment, consumption and investment even in the long term, leaving growth to shorter-term cycles, eventually fueled by monetary policy. Early-stage startups are long-term play, as we all know, and because we believe that trying to beat the macro is at least a risky plan, which might add odds to the business challenge, in our Madeinitaly 2020 initiatives, we mainly consider the second and the third clusters as our main focus. That doesn't mean innovators looking only inward cannot detect robust spots in which to grow, but they are interesting as long as they operate in a niche where Italy can be considered a leading market. As an example, of course, as we all know, in food, fashion, in tourism, in health services. Because today I'm talking to both investors focused on early stage, but also to asset managers, funds and business angels, let me say that the opportunity for investing in early stage startups is clear, and that a proper portfolio should include this asset class as a part of the capital allocation. To give you a few numbers, the asset class of venture investment is sizable worldwide. We have around 50 billion in venture investment worldwide, of which around 65% in the United States, 17% in China, and 13% in Europe. And this asset class had a significant growth. We are talking about 18% CAGR in the last 6 years. In our view, the continuing growth that we expect in venture investments is due to 3 main factors. First, there is a growing interest of investors due to persistence of low interest rates, even though they might increase in a couple of years. But from what we expect now, the low interest rates are attracting money flows into this asset class. To complement what our panel said before, of course, this is an asset class where we would like to have more money into. Macros and the propensity of large-scale investors seems to suggest that there will be additional money into the cycle. Second, there is an expectation of an increasing public support to create startup nation and hubs in similar manners to those experimented successful in the United States and in Israel. Just to give you a bit of flavor, Israel 15-20 years ago wasn't a startup nation at all. They were based on agriculture, on farming, on old-fashioned industries. But they decided at some point to become a startup nation. And the government started putting money with the YOSMA program at that point in time, and having a very strict central governance on what to develop and how to allocate the capital which was raised and which was matched by the government. That transformed Israel in what we see today, which is clearly a leading startup nation. Similar approach, a bit more privately driven, happened in the United States. but we expect that in the coming years, public funding will play an always stronger role in incentivizing venture investments. This is, I would say, particularly true for the UK, because we think that Brexit, even though I don't want to talk about Brexit now, it might be a driver for further accelerating this support due to the need of the UK government to create new enterprises in the country. The third point where we believe that the asset class will continue growing is that we saw growth in the corporate venture capital, which is giving additional perspectives for successful exits, as large companies understood the importance of open innovation and direct investments in innovative players to drive their transformation in a challenging business environment. That said, we believe that 5 reasons make the case for investing in Italian innovators. The first one, the Madeinitaly brand, is among the strongest worldwide. In 2016, a research by GfK ranked Italy as ranked the brand Madeinitaly to be the 6th worldwide, before Japan and after the United States, Germany, UK, Canada and France. And what is also a good message is that the position of our Madeinitaly brand improved over time. We gained 1 position when compared to the previous year. This trend gives a clear competitive advantage to those initiatives which are in trend, by helping them generating awareness in the target markets in a more efficient way. So basically, our companies which are operating in sector industries coherent with the Madeinitaly brand spend less money in creating awareness than another country would do. The second point is that, as we might say, necessity is the mother of invention. And Italian entrepreneurs have grown up recently, particularly, in a competitive environment with scarcity of financial resources. And thus, they are well prepared to grit their teeth and make the best with available resources. Once they are provided with proper finance, they usually keep that approach and manage it safely. Italian entrepreneurs' networking capabilities are also above the average, and they can also benefit from a wide network of expats. We are representing part of that today, as a starting point for their international growth. The third point is that the startup cost is lower when at least part of the team is based in Italy. This comes down to real estate, services, and of course salaries. The recent controversial argument made by our Ministry of Economic Development for incentivizing foreign direct investment, which presented as an advantage the low cost of engineers in the country for someone who wanted to come and invest in our country, though challenging from a social point of view, makes perfect economic sense. So the costs for developing startups in Italy is lower than the one that you might find in other developing countries with similar stability, culture and competence. The fourth point is about competence. Competence and skills are in line with those of the OECD countries when considering both math, engineering and even computer science related topics. Even though better spikes would be desirable to build for the future, Italian innovators can leverage their humanistic approach and well-established experience on multiple industry verticals, which still represent the ground for any digital transformation. The last point I would like to make on why we should invest in Italian innovators is because we expect government policies to increase the support given to Italian entrepreneurs. Because the Italian market for venture investment, as our panel was saying before, is still well below the comparable international peers. To give you a flavor, in the last 3 years, only 4 basis points of our GDP went into venture investments. And this compares with the 30 basis points that we have in the UK and with the 20 basis points that we have in France. So we have a lot of space to grow and to develop our position there. We are a bit behind in the development cycle for the venture investments. We believe that starting with an aggressive investment strategy today, you will cherry-pick the best ideas that are currently present in the market. So, iStarter concept, strategy and effort is all on supporting Italian innovators to succeed and international investors to access high-quality deal flow, like the one we're about to see today. So, thanks for being part of our Madeinitaly 2020 initiatives, and I'll give us the stage to our entrepreneurs. Thank you.